Let's discuss a couple of terms which are frequently used in machine learning, right? So the first definition that we come across very often is an algorithm, right? So basically, a machine learning algorithm is a set of rules and statistical techniques that is used to learn patterns from data and draw significant information from it. Okay. So guys, the logic behind a machine learning model is basically the machine learning algorithm, okay? An example of a machine learning algorithm is linear regression or decision tree or a random forest. All of these are machine learning algorithms which define the logic behind a machine learning model. Now, what is a machine learning model? A model is actually the main component of a machine learning process, okay? So a model is trained by using the machine learning algorithm. Now, the difference between an algorithm and a model is that an algorithm maps all the decisions that a model is supposed to take based on the given input in order to get the correct output. All right? So the model will use the machine learning algorithm in order to draw useful insights from the input and give you an outcome that is very precise. All right? That's the machine learning model. The next definition we have is predictor variable. Now, a predictor variable is any feature of the data that can be used to predict the output, okay? Let me give you an example to make you understand what a predictor variable is. Let's say you're trying to predict the height of a person depending on his weight, right? So here your predictor variable becomes your weight because you're using the weight of a person to predict the person's height. So your predictor variable becomes your weight. The next definition is response variable. Now, in the same example, height would be the response variable. Response variable is also known as the target variable or the output variable, right? This is the variable that you're trying to predict by using the predictor variables. So a response variable is a feature or the output variable that needs to be predicted by using the predictor variables, right? Next, we have something known as training data. Now, training and testing data are terminologies that you'll come across very often in a machine learning process. So training data is basically the data that is used to create the machine learning model, all right? So basically in a machine learning process, when you feed data to the machine, it will be divided into two parts, all right? So splitting the data into two parts is also known as data splicing. So you'll take your input data, you'll divide it into two sections. One you'll call the training data and the other you'll call the testing data. So then you have something known as the testing data. The training data is basically used to create the machine learning model, right? The training data helps a model to identify key trends and patterns, which are essential to predict the output. Now, the testing data is after the model is trained, it must be tested in order to evaluate how accurately it can predict an outcome. All right. Now, this is done by using the testing data. So basically, the training data is used to train the model. The testing data is used to test the efficiency of the model. All right.